and welcome back to PCC Student Connects for another Wacky Wednesday with Gina and Hailey.
Hey guys, I'm excited finally today we get to share with you mine and Hailey's matching tattoos, the armor of God. So I want to tell you a little bit of backstory of where this all came from. I don't know about you guys, but when I walk out my front door, I feel like I'm constantly in a battle. I read stuff, I'm in God's word, and then I feel like it fleets from my mind sometimes. And it's like, And I really wanted the armor of God because I just felt like that is something that gave me strength, that gave me confidence, that reminded me of this power that I can call upon at any time. And then along with it, I put the crown on it just to remind myself that I am his daughter. I'm a daughter of the King. And so I can do that. I have every right to do that. He's given us permission to. As his children, we can ask for all those things from him.
So good. And what's really cool is that this is actually found in Ephesians 6:10-18, and it talks about standing firm in the Lord and putting on that God's armor. And so we're just going to touch a little bit on what these are and what this might look like for you guys. And so the first one is belt of truth. Then he talks about the breastplate of righteousness, shoes of gospel of peace, shield of faith, helmet of salvation, and the sword of truth.
You may not have a tattoo to remind you to put on God's armor. Actually, you shouldn't have a tattoo that reminds you to put on God's armor. But instead today, we are going to use 2 oranges, right? The peel is like their armor. And I want to show you, when we put it into the water, they stand strong. They float. It worked.
But if we forget to put on God's armor or even take it off, if we don't put on the belt of truth and we believe the lies that the devil says or what people say about us, we forget our value. And when God says we are valuable and we are worthy and we are worth it, if we forget those things, the armor starts coming off.
Or let's say, for example, that we forgot to put on his shoes of peace, right? And we just quarrel with people, or we are letting pride get in and we argue with people and we're not, being humble or sacrificing, right? So I want to show you this. I'm going to put it back in the water. See, it bounces because it has less armor. It's not standing as firm, right? Right? See that? Look at the way they bounce up. This one, boop. This one takes a little bit of a dive. See? Look at that. Goes down, hangs out down there. Where this one is like, See how buoyant? Boom, he's up.
And here's what happens. If we don't have any of God's armor on, if we don't have the helmet of salvation, remembering that we are saved by God, that he gives us that grace, if we don't have the sword of truth, if we're not in God's word using it, it eventually...
This is fun.
Takes us to be bare. See what happens.
No armor. Let's see. Oh, there's no bouncing. There's no movement. It sunk. It's straight out. When you remove the armor of God, it completely sinks, right? It's not standing at all. Look at how firm this one stands, right back up. Just hasn't changed because it has an armor on.
I want to challenge you guys, when you look at these oranges, to remember to put on God's armor every single day. To be intentional, to know that there is a battle that we are fighting, even if we can't see it physically, it is happening. And God doesn't want us to be struggling, to be wanting us to believe the devil's schemes. He wants us to be able to fight.
Yeah, fight a good fight, guys. Put on the belt of truth, his breastplate of righteousness, his shoes of shoes of peace, his shield of faith, his helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. So we encourage you guys to equip yourselves every day. He's given us those tools. Use them.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for Takeover Thursday.
Bye.